So we are feeling like, our whole world might be crumbling down, and also I feel like there is a collapsing of the previous timelines, like how we are feeling like the world is crumbling down, like we are moving from 3D dimension to a 5D consciousness, and how our consciousness is actually breaking down. So, and the sword will help us break down our conscious barriers as well. So I feel like this tower moments are actually a test of faith, and also not just they are test of faith, but they are also like a signifying like a death of a previous self which lived in a 3D world, and now we are emerging as a warrior and as a new person with a mission, with the agenda into the new earth. And the universe is telling us that we might feel like we can't see ahead, we might feel like, we are burdened, we can't see ahead what's going to be there. But we have to believe that we are in a completion of cycle, even though we can't see ahead. Okay, we can't see ahead, and we have to believe in our intuition, in our divine feminine intuitive energy, and tune into it and believe that, whatever that is happening for our best. So universe is giving us a ace of pentacles, a new birth, a new cycle, a new life, and we should embrace it with open arms, and just surrender to the flow of universe, and not get caught up anymore in the bondages of our previous 3D self. Okay, so okay, so we'll ask from the angels deck. So I'm drawn to this deck, and I'm gonna ask angels and my Lyran starseeds console to help us identify uh, and help us identify and embrace this change. Okay, the change is gonna happen within the next few weeks. Definitely, timelines are collapsing, and a new timeline is gonna start, and that new timeline will be full of golden light, golden aura, and definitely, yeah, something is gonna change in the next few weeks. Yeah, and a new world order will actually happen in 2026. So that has come out very strongly. A year from now, a completely new 5D consciousness is where we will be living at. And now the change has already started, and this year is all about the change actually. And trust in your guides, in your higher self, in divine, that it is holding you, it has your back, right? And remain positive. So that's an advice from the angels, to remain super positive during your journey, even though things seem chaotic. But that's the energy, because the old timelines are collapsing. Okay, old timelines are collapsing, and there is little you can do about it. There's very little you can do about it. There's very little you can do about it. Okay, now okay, I need to take what horoscope, like what uh you know horoscope and zodiacs are going to get mostly influenced during these transition and during this ascension journey. Gemini. Okay, Gemini is coming out strongly. Number 3. Cross pollinate, that's what it's saying. That okay, so there's an energy of Capricornian energy. Okay, number 10 again. Mhm. And Aries, see, so there is an energy. See, there is again here also, there is like a bull with big two horns. The number two is coming out strongly in Gemini. Also, I see a number two synchronicity. See, there are two bees. Bees, transformation is happening. Transformation is happening. Learning is happening. And we need to come into that, that spirit of achieving and acting. We can't be latent anymore. We have to learn from each other and grow. Okay, we need to learn from each other and grow. So these signs are Capricorn, Gemini, and Aries are gonna have massive changes and tower moments in their life during this journey up till 1 year, and it's gonna be very, very strong year for them. Definitely, I'm feeling that. I'm gonna take these cards as well. So another planetary cards. Venus. So a lot of theme around healing, around relationship, romance, harmony around that is going to take place for some people. A lot of coming to terms with your past life towards your Ketu. Yeah, so healing is coming in these areas. So these are the places where you need to resolve before you can proceed towards 5D Earth, and that's what the Lyran star seeds are going through at the moment. Yes, Venus is number 6 in numerology. Moon. So a lot of emotional instability that people of Lyran origin go through. So they have these energies that they need to heal. And see, their solar flares are getting activated. Definitely. So a lot of sun action energy is being focused on, and there is a cleansing and activation of third chakra, that is the solar plexus chakra, and that is also the way to divine feminine energy. So definitely there is a healing in these areas. See, Chiron is in the end, so that's like for healing. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take this yogic sattvic cards. Okay, so meditation, grounding, being in nature is really important to heal your chakra at the moment. Yes, to be in stillness and to use your intellect wisely, to do lots of meditation and dhyana. So there's a two. So there is a twin flame energy here also. So you're balancing both your outer and the inner world, like how you are going to be on the inside is going to reflect your outside. So you need to be in that area where you are so healed that you are going to be, and see, divine feminine energy just came through. Parvati Mata, Sita Mata, Durga also came through, and strength card also came, on the other deck. And this is what Pratyahara. So definitely a lot of meditation and being one with the universe. Yeah. Okay. What focus and areas of healing are we bringing? So a lot of success is coming your way, definitely, in whatever that you're trying to heal. Career. So definitely there are blockages associated with career and money and finances. I feel like that. See, wealth. So you're going to be healing these wounds. Okay. So Kalima's deck gave us a card of this one, Smashana. So I'll have to just read it. Ki what is the divine Kali's message for us today? Her Shmashana Kali's fears. Her presence indicates radical divine intervention. It may at first be experienced as a shock or some form of upheaval. She dwells into the taboo lands of the cremation grounds. Hers is the teaching that divine timing must prevail and sometimes certain involvement or circumstances must end. We cannot control the working of destiny, but we can choose how we respond to the essential ending of a chapter in our life. Smashana can appear when we are in difficult times due to the loss of the loved one or the failure of something we have counted on, or even a more subtle inner experience of an ending we cannot link to an external event. A presence an indication that life, as you know, will change radically. This can be a welcome release from the difficult times and a prolonged cycle of suffering. Shamshana is not quiet and subdued in the cremation ground. She's wild and vital. She brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings about an end to a stagnation that has been depleting your life force. An upheaval can give rise to uncertainty about how to manage the transition and what will come next. We must remember that in the tantric teachings, cremation grounds are not only places of death but of liberation. Kali teaches that sometimes what we have loved needs to be released so a greater love can manifest in a new form. We cannot always know why that needs to be, but we can trust Kali is acting for our benefit. We may have a fear around letting go, just as many beings fear the ultimate act of letting go, the release of the body into the death itself. Kali is not a goddess of actual death, she is a goddess of spiritual and symbolic death of an ego. Her presence is about ending that leads to beginning. Her presence is not about the death but the transformation. She not only brings to an end that which obstructs our spiritual fruition, she also manifests the path from release to emergence. Dwelling in the lands of the death, she is sacred feminine chariot that carries the soul beyond the threshold of one life cycle or chapter into the next. If you know you have come to the end of the road in some significant way and are waiting clarity on how to cross the threshold towards whatever is next, her presence will make the path known to you. Her appearance is a portent of powerful change. Although you may not welcome it at first, we know that it is initiated by her. Wild wisdom and divine love are its underlying purpose. As we move with the changes taking place within and likely also around us, we will eventually recognize the blessings that have transformed our lives for the better. Beloved Ma Shamshana Kali, Vama Kali, you raise the sword of divine truth in your right hand, my heroic heart, yearning for freedom, truth, love beyond all else, leaps with joy at the sight of you. The lotus flower of compassion falls, reminding me that your ferocity is divine love in action. You yield the sword of severing grace, obstruction, and defilement, subject to your blade. I bear the loss that follows your intervention with dignity. I offer to you all pain and fear that may arise through this process. My heartfelt offerings are testament to my loving trust in your wisdom. May your power bring freedom to all beings. Jai Ma Kali. Wow. So definitely, she's telling us that a divine intervention is coming, and we have come to an end of a cycle definitely, and we need to learn to let go of our old ways. Even though we don't know where we are going next, but we have to believe and surrender in her divine grace. God is always watching over all of us. We, the starseeds of Lyra, have been through a lot in our journey, and we have a lot to go through because we have a soul contract to serve the humanity. So By being an example of self resilience, self changing, and transformative soul, we can inspire others through our own actions and for by being an example of embodiment of what a human soul can become. Thank you all for this wonderful reading. Thank you, Lyra Collectives. Thank you for joining in my reading. Namaste.